I am Vince Clortho, Keymaster of Gozer. Volga Sildro, our Lord of the Cebulia. Are you the gatekeeper?
Oh, he wouldn't. He didn't even try. He was there, we were there, and he wouldn't try.
Hey, hurry up, Mark. Get out of there. I gotta go really bad.
Why don't you go upstairs and use your bathroom?
I can't. Aunt Nancy's in there giving the babies a bath.
You probably remember these faces from the 80s and 90s. Bet you have no idea what they're doing now. Some became lawyers, others opened shops, and one even makes furniture. Here are 10 actors who walked away from fame and never looked back. Number 10, Rick Moranis was everywhere in the 80s. This guy made us laugh in Ghostbusters and Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. He became famous for playing those nerdy but lovable characters that basically defined family comedy movies.
Listen, this isn't a criticism, okay? I'm not coming down here. I just said as well as selling pieces here. Like, what'd you sell, their pants and a shirt?
2 shirts.
2 shirts is great.
You know the type with thick glasses, messy hair, and somehow always saves the day? 1997 should have been his victory lap. Then tragedy rewired his priorities. Moranis lost his wife, and he made a decision that shocked Hollywood. He chose to retire from acting to raise his children as a single dad. And this wasn't a temporary break or a publicity stunt. Moranis completely ditched the movie business. Since then, he's kept a very low profile in New York, staying far away from the Hollywood scene. The only time we've seen him recently was in a very brief TV commercial in 2020 thanks to Ryan Reynolds. Other than that one appearance, Moranis has avoided the spotlight. Fans still miss seeing him on screen, but family came first for this comedy legend. Number 9. Phoebe Cates became the ultimate 80s crush after Fast Times at Ridgemont High in 1982.
You hear about the surfer guy who pulled a knife in Mr. Hand this morning?
Oh no. He just called him a dick.
Dick.
She later appeared in movies like Gremlins. With her girl next door beauty and winning smile, Cates became one of the biggest young stars of the decade. She was everywhere on magazine covers and movie posters. By the mid-90s, right when she was at the peak of her success, Cates pressed pause on her acting career. She left Hollywood to focus on her family life with her husband, actor Kevin Kline. This wasn't about taking a short break between movies. She deliberately vanished from all the glitz and glamour of the entertainment industry. These days, you won't find Cates on any movie screens. Instead, she's been running Blue Tree, her boutique shop that opened on Madison Avenue in 2005. She's shown absolutely no interest in making a comeback to acting. Cates chose the quiet satisfaction of normal life over movie premieres and red carpet events. Number 8. Bridget Fonda seemed to be in every major movie in the 90s. She had starring roles in films like Singles, Point of No Return, and Jackie Brown. As part of the famous Fonda acting family, she shot to stardom with natural talent and charisma.
Thanks.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Hollywood expected her to have a long, successful career just like her famous relatives. However, by 2002, everything changed. After a serious car accident and some deep thinking about what really mattered in life, Fonda shocked the entertainment industry by bowing out completely. She decided to focus on her new family after marrying composer Danny Elfman and her personal life away from cameras. Fonda has made it very clear that she has zero interest in returning to acting. Recent photos of her in 2023 showed a content, relaxed mom living a completely regular life. She's worlds away from red carpet events and movie sets. Number 7. Here's one that'll hit you right in the nostalgia. Fans of 16 Candles from 1984 will never forget Michael Schoeffling as Jake Ryan, that dreamy high school guy who captured everyone's heart.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi. What are you doing here?
His rise to teen idol status happened fast, and after that role he appeared in a few more films like Vision Quest and Mermaids during the 80s. But just as quickly as he became famous, Schoeffling disappeared from Hollywood. By the early 90s, he retired from acting and completely slipped away from public view. He reportedly found way more satisfaction outside of Hollywood's pressure and constant attention. Michael moved back to Pennsylvania and opened a successful woodworking and furniture business. He's deliberately kept off the celebrity radar ever since, with no reunion shows, no cameo appearances, nothing. He prefers a peaceful craftsman's life over dealing with fans and paparazzi. Jake Ryan building custom furniture in a small town is his actual life now. Number 6. Jeff Cohen played Chunk in The Goonies back in 1985. You remember the Truffle Shuffle, right?
But the worst thing I ever done, I mixed up all this fake puke at home, and then I went to this movie theater.
Cohen was the comic relief that made everyone laugh. Chunk made audiences crack up everywhere, and Cohen became a well-known child actor of the mid-80s. But as Jeff grew up, he decided acting wasn't going to be his thing. He left Hollywood behind after his childhood roles and hit the books instead. Cohen went to UC Berkeley and then UCLA Law School to become a lawyer. He actually co-founded his own law firm called Cohen & Gardner in 2002. These days, the only contracts he deals with are legal ones. Number 5. Mara Wilson probably stole your heart as the lead in Matilda from 1996 or as the youngest daughter in Mrs. Doubtfire from 1993.
It's not trash, Daddy. It's lovely. It's called Moby Dick by Herman Melville.
Moby what?
Wilson became one of the most recognizable child stars of the decade. People loved her sweet personality and acting skills that were way beyond her age. Unlike a lot of child actors, Wilson didn't keep chasing stardom when she grew up. She got tired of Hollywood's pressure and wanted a more normal, grounded life. So she traded Hollywood for creativity on her own terms when she was still a teenager. Wilson focused on writing and now does voiceover work and storytelling outside the typical Hollywood system. She's also an author. You can check out her book, Where Am I Now? Plus, she advocates for mental health and helps other child performers. Wilson once said in an interview, "I'm much happier behind the scenes than I ever was in front of cameras." Number 4. Charlie Korsmo was stealing scenes as a kid in movies like Dick Tracy from 1990 and Hook from 1991, where he played Jack Banning, Peter Pan's son.
Oh, he wouldn't. He didn't even try. He was there. We were there, and he wouldn't try.
He also appeared in What About Bob? This kid's acting career was seriously impressive, and he got to work with Hollywood legends like Steven Spielberg. When he hit his teens, Korsmo decided he'd had enough of pretend adventures and wanted a normal life. He left Hollywood after Hook to focus on school. He said he realized he didn't have any friends his own age and really wanted a regular childhood. That choice led him down a path nobody expected. Charlie crushed it in school, earning a physics degree from MIT and a law degree from Yale. Today, Dr. Korsmo, and yes, he's both a PhD and a JD, isn't acting at all. He's a law professor at Case Western Reserve University in Cleveland. He occasionally pops up for interviews or speaks on law panels, but he's made it clear he's not planning any Hollywood comeback. Not many former child stars can say they exchange Christmas cards with Steven Spielberg and teach corporate law to college students. Number 3. Josh Saviano played Kevin Arnold's nerdy best friend Paul Pfeiffer on The Wonder Years from 1988 to 1993.
It's hip to be square. That's what Josh Saviano is discovering.
And the pressure's on! He looks for a sweet spot! Here comes the super surprise!
Every week, millions of Americans watch Paul and Kevin navigate growing up in the 60s. Paul's character, with his thick glasses and earnest personality, made Saviano a familiar face in the early 90s. Here's a fun fact. An urban legend claimed that Josh grew up to become Marilyn Manson. Totally false, but people actually believed that for years. When The Wonder Years ended in 1993, Saviano vanished from acting completely to focus on education. He went to Yale, then got a law degree from Cardozo School of Law. Clearly put those Paul Pfeiffer study habits to good use. Today, Josh Saviano is a practicing lawyer and runs a consulting firm that helps celebrities with their branding. Apart from a brief appearance playing a lawyer on Law & Order SVU in the mid-2010s, he has stayed completely out of show business. Instead of Hollywood red carpets, you're more likely to find him in a courtroom. He's living a wonderfully ordinary life and seems perfectly happy. Number 2. Yasmine Bleeth was a definition of beach beauty in the 90s, running across the sand in Baywatch with that famous red swimsuit. She became a household name as lifeguard Carolyn Holden and later had roles on Nash Bridges. Her rise to fame was fast and intense. Yasmine was on magazine covers and bedroom posters everywhere. But with all that fame came serious personal struggles. Bleeth battled a dangerous cocaine addiction around 2000, which led to rehab and a scary health crisis that nearly killed her. By the early 2000s, after getting clean, Yasmine decided to leave entertainment completely for her well-being. In 2003, she quietly left Hollywood and stayed away ever since. She's been happily married to the man she met in rehab, and they live a normal life, splitting time between Southern California and Arizona. Yasmine keeps completely out of the spotlight now, with no more slow-motion beach running, except maybe chasing her dog on an actual beach. She's found peace away from the cameras, and that's what matters most. Number 1. Jonathan Taylor Thomas was the ultimate teen heartthrob in the 90s. Those initials, JTT, were everywhere if you look around back then.
Working with people who are dying isn't going to be easy.
I know it's not going to be easy for me, but think how tough things are for them.
I could have never handled this at your age. This is really cool that you're doing this.
He voiced young Simba in The Lion King from 1994 and played Randy Taylor on Home Improvement. With his face on magazine covers like Tiger Beat, JTT was absolutely everywhere during the mid-90s. Around the late 90s, this teen superstar shocked everyone. He walked away from it all. Thomas left Home Improvement a full year before the show ended so he could focus on education and get normal life experiences after working non-stop since childhood. He studied at Harvard and even spent time in Scotland. He loved being just another regular student instead of a famous person. In the 2000s, he deliberately stayed out of the public eye and turned down acting roles. He said he had no regrets about stepping away from fame. Apart from a few guest appearances on Tim Allen's show in the 2010s, JTT has kept his promise of living a low profile. Now in his 40s, he hasn't been photographed in years. According to his former co-stars, he's way more interested in writing and directing behind the scenes than being in front of cameras. So there you have it, 10 actors who traded Hollywood for happiness and never looked back. Pretty wild how they all found something better than fame.